I've already given you a title.
Yes. Gentleman from Texas recognized.
Yeah, but my colleague from Georgia, you sat back for 4 years when Joe Biden was president. I'm curious, and I really do mean this, because the ranking member, you read the letter that you were raising hell back when you were in your position. Will someone, and I will yield to you, will someone answer for me why Joe, let me ask the question first. And I'm going to take my time back if you don't answer the question, because I want the question answered.
I will happily answer.
Why did Joe Biden not release these files, and why did none of you come out and call for the release of these files when Joe Biden was president? Why did you wait until it became a political issue if your motivations are so pure? Mr. Goldman, yes, I'll yield to you.
So, first of all, the reason why this has become such a big issue.
No, that wasn't the question. The question was, why did you all not push the Biden admin to release the files?
Right.
Why did not one of you say Joe Biden's Justice Department should release these files, and if he doesn't, damn it, I'm going to get a discharge petition?
So
why didn't anyone do that?
I'm trying to answer. That we were not aware, I think it's safe to say, that Donald Trump was in the Epstein-files.
No, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. Everyone in this room knew about Epstein. It was a huge national story. Sir. I'm asking you, why did Joe Biden not release the Epstein-files? It's irrelevant who may or may not have been in them. Why didn't you care about these victims? Irrespective of the fact that your political opponent could or could not be attached to these files, why weren't you guys calling out the Joe Biden administration to release the files? Please, someone answer.
I'm trying to answer.
Well, you didn't. I'll let Ms. Crockett try.
You gotta let
Jasmine, Jasmine, and I'll call you by your first name because we're friends, and I feel comfortable, and you call me Lance. So, Jasmine,
we are not
go
friends.
For it. Oh, we are.
Do not ruin my, don't ruin my street cred. No, here's the thing. I will tell you that at the end of the day, for me, as a lawyer, when you have that Maxwell went through her trial in 2021, I believe that's when she was convicted. That is when Joe Biden was in power. After that, she ended up on appeal, which she is currently on appeal now. So as it relates to whether or not that Department of Justice had even concluded their investigation, I can't say that they had, number one. Number two, by releasing the files prior to her going through her appellate process, that may have ended up being an issue that administration was concerned about. That's number one. Number two.
She's in appeal now. So
okay,
using that line, you're going to pull that back?
I'm about to get to it because I saw y'all.
No one.
No, I said, no.
I'm going to reclaim my time. Since you said we weren't friends, I'm going to reclaim my time.
The time belongs to the gentleman.
I got a real hard time with the Democrats saying that this is a noble cause when y'all weren't calling on Joe Biden's Justice Department to release the files. You're all a bunch of hypocrites to say this is a noble cause because none of you did anything about it. Okay. I yield back to the chairman.
I need time now, Mr. Chair. I need time now since he wanted to be selfish.
What you've got here isn't just a committee exchange, it's a made-for-clip political street fight staged inside the velvet ropes of congressional procedure. The topic is the Epstein-files, the victims, the timing, the accountability. But the product is conflict. And this transcript delivers that product in the most algorithm-friendly way possible. A clean setup, a forced confrontation, a personal moment that detonates, then a hard-cut ending with someone declaring moral victory and yielding back. Let's walk through what actually happens. Lance Gooden steps in like he's not here to ask questions. He's here to prosecute a narrative. The core line is simple. If Democrats really cared about victims and transparency, why didn't they demand the files under Biden? He repeats it, sharpens it, reloads it. And notice what he's doing. He's not letting the conversation drift into the messy details of what's in the files, who's implicated, what's legally permissible, or how evidence is handled. No, he drags it back to one punchline: hypocrisy. It's the easiest political weapon to swing because it doesn't require new facts, only a memory of past silence, real or perceived. And he uses the most underrated weapon in Congress: time control. Every time Dan Goldman tries to answer, Gooden snaps the line back: "That wasn't the question." Reclaiming my time. Why didn't you care then? That's not just rudeness, that's strategy. In these rooms, you can be right and still lose if you can't complete a thought. You can have a legally coherent explanation and still get framed as dodging if you don't land it in the narrow space the other person allows you. Gooden isn't trying to understand. He's trying to force a one-word admission. We didn't push for it. Because once he gets that, the clip writes itself. Then comes the moment that turns this from committee argument into viral moment. Gooden goes casual. He tries the soft power move. Jasmine, we're friends. You call me Lance. And Crockett, without blinking, drops the line that becomes the headline, "We are not friends." That right there is the clip. Not because it's petty, not because it's mean, but because it's a boundary. It's a refusal to play the "aren't we all pals" theater that politicians use when they want to sand down conflict in front of the cameras while still stabbing each other rhetorically. Gooden tries to drag the exchange into a social script. We're friendly colleagues. And Crockett says, no, we are not doing that. You don't get to accuse me, imply I don't care about victims, and then try to lace it with familiarity like that makes it cute. And you can tell Gooden immediately realizes the line hit harder than he expected, because he pivots to humor. Don't ruin my street cred. That's a classic save attempt. If you can't win the moment, you try to turn it into a joke so you control how it gets remembered. But the problem is, the first impact already happened. The audience already felt the power shift. You can't unring that bell. Now, here's what a lot of people will miss if they only watch the viral clip. Crockett actually does try to answer the substance. She pivots into a procedural legal explanation. Maxwell's prosecution, the idea that DOJ investigations and appeals can shape what gets released and when, and the reality that administrations often claim they can't dump sensitive material midstream without complicating cases. You don't have to love that answer, but it is an answer. It's her saying, this isn't as simple as press a button and release everything. There are timeline realities, ongoing processes, and legal constraints. That's the part that should matter if this hearing was about truth, but the hearing is about advantage. And Gooden doesn't allow the explanation to breathe. He reclaims time, reasserts the original frame, and closes with the moral verdict. Democrats are hypocrites. They didn't care then. They only care now because it's politically useful. Then he yields back, because yielding back is how you freeze the frame. It's the period at the end of your own sentence. It's how you ensure the last emotional note is yours. Before you go, I want you to do 3 quick things. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Because if we're serious about transparency and real accountability, we can't let this story get buried under clip chasing and party talking points. The Epstein-files aren't a prop, the victims aren't a slogan, and reclaiming my time shouldn't be a shield for dodging the truth. Whether you agree with Crockett, Gooden, or neither, one thing is clear. The public deserves facts, timelines, names where legally appropriate, and consequences where crimes were committed. No more political theater, no more excuses. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this hearing was about accountability or just another viral setup? And if you want more breakdowns like this, you already know what to do. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.